Hello and welcome to my newest guide on Stardew Valley 1.5. In today's episode, we're going to be going over every single thing you need to know about the new fish in Stardew Valley 1.5. If this video does help you guys out, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I do also want to mention real quick that there is now a Discord channel for all of us, so if you do want to stay in touch with the community, just talk to other people, talk to me, go ahead and click the link in the description and join in. But with that being said, let's get into it. The first group of fish that we're going to be discussing are all part of the Key Special Order quest Extended Family. In this quest, you're required to catch 5 unique fish, these being Miss Angler, Glacierfish Jr, Son of Crimsonfish, Radioactive Carp, and Legend 2. As you may have noticed, these are all just additional versions of legendary fish that already exist in the game, but these fish in particular are used for this quest. Unlike your typical legendary fish, these fish are not season or weather specific, and you can catch them during any time of the day, so they're a lot more lenient in that sense, so that's good news because you are on a time limit for catching these fish. So now I'm going to go through and quickly show you guys everywhere you need to go to catch all of these new legendary fish in Stardew Valley 1.5. The first fish we're going to look at is the Son of Crimsonfish, which, as you might be able to tell, is the variation of the regular crimsonfish. And just like the regular crimsonfish, it is found on the right side of the beach, which does mean you are going to have to pay some wood to get that bridge repaired to be able to access the area to catch it. Once you have the bridge repaired, you want to head over to the dock and start fishing for the Son of Crimsonfish. As long as you have the quest active, you should be able to catch it. I will put an image on the screen right now to show you exactly where you can catch it at, but as long as you have a decent fishing level and a little bit of luck, you should be able to snag this fish. The next fish I'm going to discuss is Miss Angler. Miss Angler can be found on the river to the right of the town. If you're struggling to find this area, it is directly south of the mines. Here you can see all the regions that you can fish in to try and catch Miss Angler. The next fish we're going to talk about is the Legend 2. The Legend 2 fish can be caught in the northeast corner of the map in the mountain lake. Here are all the places that you can cast to try and catch the Legend 2. And I think this is a little bit complicated, so to simplify things, what I always do is I just try and think about casting near the log that's sitting in the middle of the water. It's a lot easier to remember. The best place to stand for this happens to be exactly where Sebastian is contemplating his life choices. Alright, next up we have Glacierfish Jr. And for me personally, this is the hardest fish to find because everything in this area just all looks the same to me. But the Glacierfish Jr. is in the little lake region that is in the southwest corner of the map. I took a sped up clip of me walking from the Wizard's Tower to this area, so hopefully using that you should be able to navigate your way to this area. But once you're here, you can cast in any of the areas that are shown on this image, and you'll be able to catch Glacierfish Jr. And last but not least of the new legendary fish in Stardew Valley 1.5, we have the Radioactive Carp. To be able to have access to the Radioactive Carp, you are going to have to be able to get down into the sewers, so make sure you have the sewer key. You can go through the museum through that process to get that, just make sure to donate a lot of stuff. But once you are able to get into the sewers, you are ready to catch this fish. All you have to do is go into the area that has radioactive goo, or whatever it's supposed to be, and just fish anywhere in here. Any of this liquid will be able to give you access to the Radioactive Carp. And with that, that is all of the new legendary fish in Stardew Valley 1.5, and those are all the fish that you're going to need to finish the quest for Mr. Key. There are even more fish added to the game than these 5 new legendaries though, so now I'm going to discuss the 3 new fish in Stardew Valley 1.5 that are a little bit different than the ones we've discussed so far. Unlike the new legendary fish, these 3 new fish can only be found on Ginger Island. So the first new fish on Ginger Island that I'm going to talk about is the Stingray. Access to the Stingray requires you to have the resort fully built, but once you do, you're able to go to the right and the debris will be cleared and you'll be able to actually access a new area. And then even further to the right is a secret area, and this is actually where the Stingray resides. This new area, which is called the Pirate Cove, is the only area that you can find the Stingray. So all you have to do is find a body of water in here and you'll be able to catch a Stingray from it. Stingrays sell for a pretty decent price, and if you get an Iridium Quality 1 with the Angler perk, you're able to sell them for 540 gold, which is not bad considering that they're not too difficult to catch once you get into the Pirate Cove. What I find even more interesting about the Stingrays though, is the items that they give you from the fish pond. So aside from Roe, it has a lot of interesting items, first of which is the Magma Cap, Then it can also give you cinder shards, dragon tooth, and battery packs. These are pretty interesting because they're all pretty exotic items, and if you put them in a fish pond, it basically gives you a way to just slowly build up a stockpile of these items over time. So I think putting stingrays in a fish pond is a very good idea, and I think that they're a very useful fish to have. But with that, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the stingray. The next new fish we're going to talk about is the lionfish. The lionfish can be found on any ocean water in the Ginger Island area, but you can't catch it in the Pirate Cove and you can't catch it in a river. The lionfish at its absolute max price sells for a modest 300 gold. Similarly to the stingray, the lionfish gives you a pretty interesting assortment of items when you put it into the fish pond. Lionfish are capable of producing the standard roe, but it's also capable of giving you taro tubers, which is a new item in Stardew Valley 1.5, and tiger slime eggs. So both of those are once again fairly exotic items, so it's pretty interesting what they've done in the 1.5 update. It seems that all of these new fish kind of give you access and a way of getting some of these new items in a pretty interesting way. So once again, I think this is definitely worth putting into a fish pond if you're interested in getting some of these items. And finally, for our last new fish, we have the Blue Discus. The Blue Discus can be found on any pond or river on Ginger Island, but personally I believe the easiest place to get it is to the left of the Ginger Island farm that you get. This area is convenient and easy access to the Blue Discus. The Blue Discus, at a redeemed quality with the Angler perk, sells for 360 gold, so a little bit more than the lionfish. And as you might expect by now, the Blue Discus gives you some interesting items when you put it into the fish pond. Blue Discuses give you the standard roe, but they also give you bananas and golden coconuts. So if you've seen my other videos, you probably know that's a pretty good deal because golden coconuts are really good in this new update. But with that, that concludes my guide on all the new fish in Stardew Valley 1.5. Again, if this helped, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.